We got Charles Barkley speaking on DL Men. Yes, it says former NBA superstar Charles Barkley describes America as a homophobic society while speaking on closeted NBA players scared of coming out. Okay, so they're using the word closeted NBA, but we know that they mean DL. Okay, DL men in the NBA. Yeah, National Basketball Association. Let's continue. This is what Charles Barkley said. He said, "We live in a homophobic society, and that's unfortunate." It truly is. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Anybody who thinks we ain't got a bunch of gay players in all sports, they're just stupid. Ooh. These are some strong words coming from a professional retired basketball player from the NBA. Highly respected, Mr. Charles Barkley. Okay. And I believe him. I absolutely believe him. Let me continue because he's from the NBA. Okay, he played in it. He was all in it in the locker room and training with these men. And he know, I'm sure he's seen some things in the locker room and all these kind of things and hearsay, absolutely. Okay, they just kept on a down low. Kept it within the DL Brotherhood and the NBA. Yeah, yeah. Let's continue to read the last part. It says, but there is such an atmosphere toward the gay community, and that's what's really unfortunate via Out Magazine. Wow. So we got Charles Barkley speaking on DL men in the NBA. Now, I 100% believe this man. He is 100% credible. And the way he put it, he just put it so frank. You are a fool, basically, if you don't think it's a bunch of DL men in the NBA. Of course it is, because the way this country is set up, it is not conducive for men to for a man to like another man openly. Yes, because let's say a DL man, a NBA player come out, right? Somebody that's well known. A lot of these dudes have women that they deal with, they got children, and then if they just to come out, let's say if Steph Curry came out as, hey, I'm bisexual. Let's just say that, for example, right? He would lose fans, possibly lose out endorsements. His wife would be devastated, even though she probably know. Most of these women be knowing anyway. But let's just pretend like this is all true, right? She would definitely be devastated, and he got kids. What his kids gonna think? Now his kids gonna be tormented at school. Your daddy is a DL man, or was a DL man. Well, he not DL now, he done came out. And it's like, they might lose. Nobody want to buy the jersey no more. Sales gonna go down. Because it's two men. And people just can't take it. They can't take you serious. You lose your manhood, your masculinity, and so that's why they like, what? The men just say, F it. I'ma just stay DL. So I can keep making this money, okay? And give the people what they want. They want to see a heterosexual man, 100% heterosexual man who like women, women, women only, and that's what I'm gonna give them, okay? Even though I really like men too. And see, that's that's the problem with the DL situation. I mean, think about it. They gotta these people gotta these NBA players. They gotta sell jerseys. They gotta sell. A lot of these young dudes out here, these young boys, they're not gonna want to buy these jerseys, from these. If they find out that they play is DL, they're gonna start burning them jerseys. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be like, oh my God, he like boy butt. This NBA player, well, not boy, but like a grown man, like a man on. He like man, but I can't wear that jersey. That jersey is forever cursed. It's forever tainted, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want my homeboys looking at me wearing this booty banded jersey. And that's such a shame, right? Isn't that terrible? That is so terrible. They should be able to come out and be themselves, right? But they can't. They can't because of all of what I just said there. Literally, literally anywhere where there's a bunch of men, large groups of men, nine times like at least a good 60% of those men gonna be bisexual. Okay, and maybe a good 10% of those men, they just gonna be gay. That's it. But they just real masculine because they have to be masculine in that environment. Because if you have any zest, that's when you're gonna face the backlash. Wasn't it a couple of NBA players or NFL players, professional athletes who did come out as zesty? I think there was a couple of black ones. And wasn't they like benched? Didn't they get benched? you, you see you see what I'm talking about? That's not good. That is not good. That because instead of, well, maybe they weren't just good. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they weren't really good players, because I feel like, okay, yeah, that's what it was. They wasn't good players. They wasn't good at basketball. They wasn't good at football. Because like if you was really good, like listen, if you gonna be gay, you better make sure you real good, okay? Because they be like, listen, he's zesty, but you know what? He know how to throw that ball, okay? He know how to, no pun intended, but he know how to play good, you know. But you know, if you in the NBA and you coming out here as zesty, and then and you on top of that you play bad, nah. You can't have that happen. Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Okay, you already zesty. Now you gonna play bad now and risk getting fired and bench, and ain't nobody see you. Just kind of drift into the into the wayside. Nobody, and people forget about you. Come on now, why'd you even bother coming out then if you couldn't play good? Okay, they thought what they thought. What they thought. They came out and we don't even hear from them. Just stay in the closet. Stay in the closet. Then if you're gonna do this, if you can't play good, okay, be quiet. No, just kidding. And then, of course, there's online harassment that these men probably will have to deal with. Instagram DMs from, you know, people being homophobic and attacking them and their family and talking about they're gonna run up on them and all this kind of stuff. All this type of stuff that they're gonna have to deal with. So yeah, I get it. I get it why they be DL. But yeah, long story short, Charles Barkley came through with the DL man realness, okay, talking about them. And it's about time that y'all accept. It's basically what Charles Barkley is saying here. It's about time to y'all need to accept that most of these men are bisexual. Yes, majority of these men are bisexual. They swing both ways. They like each other, okay? They do. They do. They admire another man's body. hmm That's it from head to toe. We gotta stop denying it. It's just like y'all think these women is bisexual. Most of them, it's the same thing with the ninjas. Yeah, it's the same thing with the ninjas. But let me know what you think about what Charles Barkley said here. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you gonna be like those trolls who be like, listen, no, every man in the NBA is 100% straight black gang, 100%, and they not zesty. No, that's my team. You know, are you one of those? Or are you gonna be like, yeah, it's about time 2026 that we need to accept that these men is zesty. They've always been zesty, and they're not gonna stop being zesty. Yeah, they're not gonna stop. The zest is not gonna stop. The zest is gonna continue to flow. All right, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. You already know who it is. I'm Zesty Deal. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. See you next time.